Hello and welcome to Gardening with Ben's award-winning podcast, as voted by Grow Your Own magazine and by my followers and listeners. So if you're new to the podcast, make sure you click that subscribe button to stay up to date with all our podcasts, listen back to all our previous episodes, sit back, grab a brew and let's enjoy today's episode. Hello and welcome to Gardening with Ben. We're back here for a brand new episode after a few days off, but hopefully not too short and sweet. So yes, what have we been up to? Well, I think in the last episode I was telling you that I was on about going to the pollen market here in Sheffield, and wow, it was fantastic. There were so many stalls there. It weren't very busy. I think the coronavirus has put people off from going to it, and obviously it's the week before Christmas, so a lot of people probably didn't go, or they might have been at the Christmas markets instead. But it was a fantastic market, and obviously with it being Christmas, a lot of the stalls were doing Christmas items and Christmas crafts, Christmas wreaths, mistletoe, things like that. And it's always good to see all the stall holders that I'm getting to know now, because I keep going every month and keep supporting them. Like, I was chatting to one of my friends down there at Giddy Kipper's Plants and Plant Stall from Sheffield, also Leaf and Shoot, they were there, and also I saw Sprig. I didn't get a chance to chat to them because they were very busy selling all their candles, which are fantastic. If you've got Instagram, check them out on Instagram, Sprig, and they've got some beautiful candles that smell absolutely delicious. So while I was there, I was chatting to one of my friends down there, and next minute I knew somebody said, "Do you want to go on the Sheffield Castle tour?" And straight away I said, "Is it free?" Being a Yorkshireman, I said, "Is it free?" I always do anything that's for free. And we said yes. And if you don't know where Sheffield Castle is, it's where the old Sheffield Castle markets used to be. They knocked it all down, and they tried to excavate some of it to try and see what was underneath the markets, because the markets have been there for years and nobody's really had a look. And they were showing us around, telling us all about the old site, showing us pictures of what it used to look like, and sharing lots of history about it, and also explaining about some of the buildings, what are around by, and also telling us that one of the buildings was the home place of the mushy pea. And I never knew that mushy peas came from Sheffield. Bachelor's mushy peas, yes, that's where they came from. So I learnt something new there. And also they opened up this like fire escape, and they said, "Right, we're going to show you some of the castle." And I thought, oh, it won't be much in there. But they'd dug out this whole area that used to be part of the castle, and it's preserved in this fire escape to keep it dry and keep it from damage of weather, really. And some of the old pieces were in there as well, some part of old statue bases and stuff like that, and it was fantastic to see. And it probably would be like a once in a lifetime thing that I've been to see, but it was absolutely brilliant. So I was really pleased that I went to the pollen market, not just for the plants but also to see part of the history of Sheffield, which was really interesting. So after we've done that tour, I actually got a chance to look round the stalls, and I always like supporting at least one business there each month and purchasing something from them, just to support them and to show them that there's people there supporting them. So I went to a stall called Plant, where I visited their shop in Sheffield a bit ago. A fantastic shop. If you've not been to that shop, go and have a look. They've got some fantastic plants, and they're trying to get off the ground as much as possible. If you've got Instagram, give them a follow and see what they've got in the shop. If you love houseplants, that is the place to do it, and they've got so much potential of what they want to do. So they just need the support and the customers to keep them going and keep them alive and growing. So yeah, feel free to go and support them. So I bought from them something what I've not tried growing before, and that is microgreens. I know it's taking off quite a lot at the moment, growing microgreens. Everybody seems to be doing it, whether it be in hydroponics, whether it being in the dark with artificial lighting, but there's so many people trying to do it. So I've never tried growing them before, so I've seen loads of people do them, so I like to give things a try, so I'm going to give them a try, and hopefully we'll get some shoots growing off them and get some good produce growing in my flat at home. So yeah, we'll have to see how they get on. So keep watching my Instagram, and I'll be sharing how they grow and if we get any good crops growing from them. So I'm looking forward to trying them. I'm always excited about trying new stuff. It's always great, and that's what I always try and do on my allotment. I try and grow something new every single year. So I've been doing that, and obviously my houseplant collection has got massive. If you have not seen the reel that I've posted on Instagram, go and check it out and you'll see how many houseplants I've got. I must have about 30 to 40 plants now. So yeah, we're getting quite a big selection of houseplants. I'm even tempted to create an Amazon wish list for plant pots, so that people can donate plant pots for me to keep them in, because I need to get some pots to put them all in. I've got so many, and I'm tempted to go back tomorrow to B&Q and have a look, seeing if they're selling any more off before Christmas, to clear some of the shelves out. But we'll have to see. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, but keep watching my Instagram just in case I do go tomorrow and see what bargains they've got growing there, because you definitely can get some good houseplants, and these houseplants have been like 50 pence instead of £8, £10. So I'm saving an absolute bargain, and the last time I went the bill should have been £79 and it came out at £12. I'm saying plant now, I'm getting plant on the brain. It came out at £12. So you just know what bargain you're getting from them, and they're all healthy plants. They're all growing really well, so I don't really know why they're selling them off. Obviously they're expecting some new stock in, but why would you sell off plants so cheap if they're growing? So we'll have to see if we do get some more. I've got a orange tree, a lemon tree, so all I need now is a lime tree. So we're watching out for one of those, because they've got loads in the shop, so we'll have to keep it out to see if they reduce any of those. So I'll be peeping to see if any is actually going on sale, so keep your eyes peeled for that. So yeah, hopefully we'll get some good plants growing, and soon I'll be able to do live streams from my flat showing you all the houseplants that I've got growing. But I do want to learn more about houseplants, so that's the reason why I'm buying them, so that I can do this research into growing them. Because if you've got the plan, you will do the research to see how well to grow them and how to look after them and to maintain them. So yeah, pretty much we need to learn as much as possible. And I've got quite a lot of cactuses. They seem to be the ones that I've got lots of. So we need to start looking at getting some succulents next, because succulents can be fantastic to grow as well, and you can get some good cuttings from them and keep growing them and getting new plants from them. So watch this space. If we see any succulents on offer, they will be the next plants that I get from my flat at home. But yeah, I'll certainly be breathing in some good air now that I've got all these plants in my flat. And after that, I had some sad news recently. My grandma had passed away. She was struggling towards the end, 92 years old. So she's no longer in pain now, and she'll be in a better place. So I may be a bit quiet over the next few days, as obviously I need to take it all in. And yeah, hopefully I can still enjoy Christmas, because obviously it's a sad time when you lose family members around Christmas, and hopefully we can still enjoy it as a family, sharing fun and laughter as well. And I've also been looking into what I want to do next year. Each year I try to take it up a gear with my Gardening with Ben. I'm hopefully going to be releasing my new magazine, which will be on a monthly basis. I really want to get this off the ground where I could do this full time and keep sharing tips and advice on a full time basis. So I'm looking at ways of trying to earn some money, not charging too much because people don't have a lot of money. So I wanted to do a monthly magazine where I'm sharing tips and advice, and basically where you can just download it and have it on your phone and read it at your own leisure. Unfortunately, I won't be able to do hard copies because you'd need sponsors of gardening companies, etc., to be able to do these magazines. So I really want to get that started next year and get that off the ground. I've been talking about it for a while. I've trialled it once before and we had quite a lot of interest from it. So hopefully we need to get this off the ground and get it moving, and hopefully you'll all buy it and support me in my dream of doing this full time, because we do get about 200 downloads per episode. So if all 200 of you downloaded it, then that would be halfway towards retirement and being able to do this full time. Imagine if I did do this full time, I'd be able to do lots of podcasts every single day. I know I keep trying to do them every day, but obviously things get in the way with work, etc. But I would love to do this full time, and then I'd be on the airways full time. You never know, have my own radio program, sharing tips and advice on a daily basis. One can only dream, but we will have to see. And the next thing I want to do is I want to do more tours and visits next year. I'd love to go around other people's allotments, gardens, garden centres, sharing videos, blogs, showing what other people have in their gardens and allotments and talking to them. I'd love to get other podcasters on here talking to me and sharing what they get up to as well and how they got into gardening. But it's just the time and the patience of doing it all and getting it all together. So if you are interested in doing a podcast with me, let me know, and maybe we can get it sorted sometime in the new year as well, because obviously people don't always want to just listen to my voice, they like to listen to other people's voices as well. So please do get in touch and feel free to send me a message anytime. It's always good to hear from my followers and my listeners. I've been getting a couple of messages this week from other people that do listen to this, and it always excites me when I see that somebody has listened to this podcast and they messaged me afterwards. It encourages me. It certainly encourages me to keep doing them and keep going with this award-winning podcast. The votes will be out again soon to nominate for me, so watch this space in the future. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. It's been a nice long episode. Stay tuned for a Christmas Day episode this year. That will be coming obviously on Christmas Day, so make sure you do click that subscribe button and turn your notifications on for my podcast, and then you'll get notified when new episodes come up. And if you've not left a review of my podcast on, I think you can leave them on Spotify as well now. So if you're listening on Spotify, have a look and leave me a review. It all helps getting the podcast listened to in more places than everywhere else. So yeah, please do leave me a review. Until next time, remember, keep smiling, keep gardening, and keep listening to Gardening with Ben podcasts. So thank you for listening to today's episode of Gardening with Ben. We hope that you've enjoyed this episode. Remember to do click that subscribe button to stay up to date with all our podcasts. Feel free to share them on your Instagram stories so that it spreads the word about my podcast and we get lots more listeners. Feel free to check out my social media sites, Facebook and Instagram as well, Gardening with Ben, and also my YouTube channel, to stay up to date with all my handy videos, how-to videos, and sharing my tips and advice. And feel free to check the link as well in the description for my Gardening with Ben t-shirts. Lots of funny gardening design t-shirts in there for you to purchase at great prices too. So thanks again, and as always, remember, keep smiling and keep gardening.